You've seen them before. Beds that disappear into the wall, turning a small room into a living space. They save space, they're functional, and they make life easier. But did you know that more than a century ago, a Black woman born into slavery helped lay the foundation for this concept? This is the story of Sarah E. Goode, the first African-American woman to receive a U.S. patent, and how her brilliant mind forever changed the way we live. Sarah E. Goode was born around 1850 in Toledo, Ohio, at a time when African-Americans had little to no rights. She was born into slavery, which meant she and her family were considered property, forced to work without pay, without freedom, and without the ability to choose their own future. But after the Civil War ended, slavery was abolished, and Sarah and her family were finally free. Like many Black families of that time, they sought new opportunities and moved north. Sarah eventually settled in Chicago, Illinois, a city booming with new businesses, industries, and promise. It was here that she met and married a man named Archibald Goode, a carpenter. Together, they ran a furniture store, selling chairs, desks, and cabinets to working-class families. But Sarah noticed something. Most of her customers lived in tiny apartments. Space was limited, and people struggled to fit large furniture into their homes. A big, bulky bed could take up nearly the entire room, leaving almost no space for anything else. Families had no choice but to get creative. Some slept on floors. Others made do with cramped living arrangements. Sarah saw a problem, and she was determined to fix it. She started thinking, what if a bed could serve two purposes? What if it could be tucked away when it wasn't needed, making room for daily life? Her solution was revolutionary. She designed a folding cabinet bed, one that looked like a beautiful wooden cabinet during the day, but transformed into a full-size bed at night. It was sleek, functional, and perfect for small homes. She wasn't just creating a piece of furniture. She was solving a problem that impacted thousands of people. In 1885, Sarah E. Goode made history. She was awarded U.S. patent number 322,177, officially becoming one of the first African-American women in U.S. history to receive a patent. At a time when Black women had very few rights, she broke barriers and proved that innovation knew no color, no gender, and no limits. Her design was years ahead of its time. Today, we see modern versions of her invention everywhere. Murphy beds, foldable furniture, and space-saving designs that make urban living more functional. Her work laid the foundation for what we now recognize as innovative interior design. Yet, despite her contributions, most people have never heard of Sarah E. Goode. Her name is missing from textbooks. Her story is rarely told. But she was more than just an inventor. She was a visionary, a problem solver, and a pioneer. Her story is proof that greatness isn't defined by where you start in life. She was born into slavery, but she died an innovator. She didn't have the privileges of wealth or education, but she had an idea, one that changed the world in ways she may never have imagined. So what can you invent? What problem do you see in the world that needs a solution? Sarah E. Goode's legacy reminds us that innovation has no boundaries. It doesn't matter where you come from. Your ideas have the power to shape the future. If you want more untold stories of Black history, subscribe to the BLK History channel. Hit that like button and share this video, because stories like this deserve to be told. And most importantly, remember her name, Sarah E. Goode.